I loved you after the lights went out, when the world stopped watching us, when the laughter faded quiet, and it was just your hand in mine. I loved you when it was honest, when there was no one else around. Not the version you showed them, but the one you hid in the dark. You were softer in the silence, but colder by the day. I loved you after the lights went out, when there was nothing left to prove. I stayed when love got fragile. You stayed only when it was easy for you. I saw the truth you wouldn't say in every goodbye you whispered. I loved you after the lights went out. You left before the morning came. You said you needed space to breathe. I gave you all of mine. I did myself to keep you close, while losing every sign of who I was before you. Before the waiting broke my heart, I loved you when you were unsure. You left when it got hard. I kept hoping you'd turn around. I loved you after the lights went out, after the silence filled the room. You stopped reaching for my hand, I kept reaching for you. I didn't need perfection, I just needed you to stay. I loved you after the lights went out. You walked away anyway. Some love lives only in shadows and dies in daylight. I loved you after the lights went out, but I won't love you like that again. I deserve someone who stays awake, not someone who pretends. I loved you honestly, you loved me halfway through. I loved you after the lights went out. Now I'm turning them back on too. For me, this time. I smiled when you said it was over, like it didn't tear me apart. I thanked you for all the good memories while you were breaking my heart. I told you I understood that love sometimes fades away, but inside I was screaming, please don't leave me this way. I kept my tears behind my eyes so you wouldn't feel bad. I smiled through the ending so you could walk away clean. I swallowed every question about what we could have been. I held my breath till you were gone. You hugged me like a stranger, like love had already left. You said you hoped I'd be okay. I nodded it instead. I watched you disappear down a road I can't follow. You carried relief, I carried tomorrow. I chose grace over begging, even though I was torn. I smiled through the ending while my heart stayed behind. I let you keep your freedom while I lost mine. I didn't ask you to stay, even though I wanted you to. I smiled through the ending for you. One day that smile will be real. One day it won't hurt this way. But tonight I'm still healing from the goodbye I couldn't say. I smiled through the ending, but now I choose truth. I won't hide my heartbreak just to make it easier for you. I loved you honestly, the part still shows. I smiled through the ending. Now I let go. I stayed silent for us, even when my heart screamed. I swallowed every question to keep your fragile dream. I hid the truth inside me to keep the peace alive. But silence is a prison, and I was not alive. I thought love meant sacrifice, but I didn't know it meant losing me. I stayed silent for us, but I lost my voice in the dark. I gave you all my quiet, and it tore me apart. I stayed silent for us, but I couldn't stay that way. I'm breaking out of your shadow, and I'm finding my own way. I held back my anger to keep you from the fight. I held back my tears so you could sleep at night. I tried to be the calm in the storm you couldn't face, but I forgot my own heart in the name of saving grace. I thought love was protection, but it became my cage. I stayed silent for us, and I watched my dreams decay. I gave you all my softness, and you took it anyway. I'm taking back my voice. I'm taking back me. I stayed silent for us, but I won't stay in the dark. I'm choosing my own light and healing my own heart. Healing my own heart. I gave you love without a woof. No walls, no locks, no plan. I trusted you with everything. You barely held my hand. I stood in every storm for you, while you stayed warm and dry. My heart was open to the world, and you just passed it by. I kept believing you'd protect it, but you never tried. Safety in your voice, but never in your stay. You called my feelings too much when you walked away. I wrapped myself around your needs, forgot my own somehow. spirits are low, but my mind won't rest. I lie awake with what you left. Every clock feels louder now since you stopped being around. I replay words I didn't say, try to breathe but drift away. Daytime lies to me with ease, but my nights forgot peace. I close my eyes, but you're still there. My nights forgot peace when you walked away. They learned how to wait in quiet ways. I smile all day, but when sleep comes close, my nights remember what my heart won't let go. Your shadow still sleeps on my side of every dream I try to hide. I reach for comfort that's not mine, counting hours, crossing lines. You moved on like rest came easy, like forgetting didn't hurt. I stay awake with all the feelings you never carried first. I'm tired of being strong when no one sees. My nights forgot peace, they only know you. Every silence breaks me in ways you never knew. I can forgive the leaving, but not the cost. My nights forgot peace when we were lost. One day I'll sleep without your name, without the weight, without the pain. But tonight I'm still here. Why apart? Won't let go. My nights forgot peace, but I won't forget me. I'll learn to rest again eventually. This pain won't own me, even if it stays. My nights forgot peace, but not always. I'll sleep again, just not today. Laughed at the right moments, answered I'm fine on cue. No one saw the break and I was hiding behind you. I wore happiness well, like a costume I chose. My smile hid the ache. No one knows I didn't want pity, I just wanted peace. My smile hid the ache. Every sleepless stayed strong in public, collapsed alone. I learned how to suffer without a tone. I didn't cry loudly, I cried inside. My smile hid the ache I couldn't hide. Being strong gets lonely. My smile hid the ache from everyone else. I took care of hearts, but not myself. I didn't ask for help, I just stayed awake. My smile hid the healing starts when pretending ends. My smile hid the ache, but now I'm honest. I don't owe strength to anyone's comfort. I'll heal out loud or quietly slow. My smile hid the ache. Now I let it go. I'm still standing. You walked away mid-sentence, like the story didn't matter. Left the pages wide open, while I stood there shattered. I was still becoming, still trying to believe. You left me unfinished in the middle of me. I wasn't ready for goodbye. You left me unfinished, without closure or truth. I was building my future, and it still had you. Now I'm standing alone with questions you hid. You left me unfinished, and I'm learning to live with it. You promised you were staying, said you wouldn't disappear. But when love asked for courage, you couldn't stay here. I filled in the silence with reasons that hurt. Blame myself for the ending you never explained first. I replay the moments you left. You left me unfinished, mid-dream, mid-belief. I was loving you fully, you were already leaving. You took your certainty, left me with doubt. You left me unfinished and walked yourself of a room that used to breathe. Your shoes were still beside the door, but your footsteps weren't beneath. I checked the bed beside me, like you might still be there, but the pillow held my sorrow, and the air was just despair. I kept waiting for a whisper or a sound of you returning, but all I heard was silence and my heart forever burning. You left without a sound, like a secret in the night. You took the love we built and hid it out of sight. I'm still standing in the quiet, trying to understand how you could leave me here with no goodbye, no plan. I replay every moment, trying to find the sign, but the truth is in the quiet, where your absence crossed the line. I kept your voice in memory, like a song I couldn't lose, but the melody is broken and the lyrics all refuse. I thought your love was constant, but you proved me wrong. You left without a sound, and I'm still holding on. You left without a sound, and I'm left with all the noise of the love that used to whisper and the empty in my voice. I keep searching for the reason, but I can't find a clue. You left without a sound, and I'm still missing you. I'll learn to breathe again, even in the quiet. I'll find my voice again, even when it's quiet. You left without a sound, but I'm learning to be loud. I'll turn my pain to power. I'll stand up from the ground. You left without a sound, but I'll be alright. I'll find my peace in the morning light. In the morning light. You said you weren't ready, but you pulled me close. You offered comfort, not a future to hold. I mistook your warmth for something secure. You promised calm, not forever. I heard what I wanted, not what you meant. You promised calm, not forever. I gave you my heart, you gave me weather. Moments that passed but never stayed. You promised calm, then walked away. You liked how I listened, how I stayed soft, but you never planned on loving me long. I needed direction, you needed ease. You promised calm, not commitment to me. I can't blame you, but I still hurt. You promised calm while I dreamed ahead. I built a future, you lived in my bed. I thought peace meant love, I was wrong instead. You promised calm, then left me empty. Comfort isn't love if it doesn't stay. You promised calm and I survived. I won't settle for half of someone's life. I deserve certainty, not temporary. You promised calm, now I want honesty. Even if it's lonely. You didn't slam the door or raise your voice. You didn't leave a scar you could explain. You said it softly like a careful choice, like loving me was something you outgrew one day. You held my hands like they were made of glass. Said you didn't want to hurt me anymore. But every step you took away from us was breaking me in ways I can't ignore. You called it kindness, I called it loss. You walked away gently, like I'd be okay, like love doesn't echo after you walk away. You left me with silence and reasons to pretend. You walked away gently, but I felt the end. You said I'd find someone who stays, like I wasn't worth staying for. You smiled like this was the right thing, while my heart hit the floor. I nodded like I understood, like endings don't bruise. You took your peace and your relief and left me with the truth. You didn't mean to break me, but you still did. You walked away gently, didn't look back. You carried your freedom, I carried the cracks. You left me breathing, but barely alive. You walked away gently, and I survived. Maybe someday I'll thank you for not staying halfway, but tonight I'm still learning how to feel okay. You walked away gently, and I let you go. I won't chase a love that already said no. I'll heal in the quiet you left behind. You walked away gently, but I'll be fine. Not tonight, but in time.